Welcome to the part 6 of the Python Pandas course. In this part, we are going to be talking about how we can use Pandas for machine learning data preparation. Let's start coding. Okay, now we are going to talk about feature engineering for machine learning. We are going to talk about encoding, binning, scaling, transformations, and new feature creation. So, let's start. Machine learning models learn from numbers. Real-world data is messy, full of categories, different scales, text, and outliers. Feature engineering is the process of turning raw data into meaningful inputs that models understand. And this lesson is going to cover the essential transformations used in almost every machine learning project. So we are going to start with encoding. Encoding means converting text categories into numeric values. Think stuff like red, blue, green, or yes, no, or beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Many machine learning algorithms cannot work with text directly, so categories need to be encoded. And think of encoding like replacing words with ID numbers so a computer can sort and compare them. Let's start. Firstly, I'm going to say import pandas as PD. And next, let's create a data to work with. So, data, I will pass color, and in here I will say red, blue, let's say blue again, green, and red. Next up, I'm going to say size, let's say small, medium, large, and medium again. So I will say data frame, and it's going to be equal to pandas data frame data. So actually I got an error, value error. Okay, I'm missing a value. We have 4 in here. So okay, now it's going to fix. 3535. Okay, here is the data frame we have. Now let's say that we want to do encoding. I'm going to show you how we can do one-hot encoding. So I will say pandas get dummies, data frame, columns are going to be color and size, and I'm going to give them in list. So when I do that, we are going to get a new data frame with true and false values. So what this means, this getDummies method creates new binary columns, like color blue in here is true for the ones which are blue, and color green here is true for the row 4 with the index 3 because it's true on there. Think like, let's say for the first row we have color red and small, so in here color red and small is going to be true and others are going to be false. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a data frame quickly, and we can say pandas get dummies for that. And let me show you a data frame animals. Right now I'm going to say get dummies animals, and columns will be pet. So we are going to see that we have pet cat true for the first row, index number 1, and we can have the binary values like this. Okay, now we are going to talk about binning, also called as discretization, like this. And binning turns continuous numeric values into groups. For example, think like 80 to 100 into groups like 0 to 17 to child, 18 to 64 to adult, and 16 plus 65 plus to senior. And why this is useful? It helps models handle noisy numeric values. It creates simple group-based rules, and it makes data easier to interpret. And for a real-world example, you can think like financial credit scores might be bucketed into groups like poor, fair, good, and excellent instead of raw numbers. Okay, let's create an example code. Let's say 8, and I will say 15, 22, 37, 45, 72, 60. And now I will create a data frame like this. Age is going to be 8, and now what I'm going to say is I will say bins, and I will pass 0, 18, 65, and 120. And I'm going to say labels are going to be child, adult, senior. And if I want to create groups from that, I can say data frame group, and it's going to be pandas cut data frame age, and I will say bins are going to be bins and labels are going to be labels. So when I call the data frame, I'm going to have the groups that I defined previously. In here, bins parameter defines numeric boundaries, labels assign category names, and pandas cut maps each age to the correct group. And let's say that we have a data frame like this, and we want to bin the values into 3 equal bins. For that, we can say data frame bin and pandas cut data frame x, and I'm going to pass bins 3. So when we call data frame, we are going to have bins like this. Okay, now we are going to talk about scaling data. So scaling adjusts numeric values to a similar range, and we have 2 types in here. The first one is standard scaling, which is mean 0 and standard deviation 1. And the second one is min max scaling, and this is taking values to the 0 to 1. And why this is useful? Models that depend on distance or gradient descent perform poorly when some features are much larger than others. Think like we have an age column roughly 0 to 100 and 100, and we have salary column 0 to millions. Then what we are going to have in a distance-based algorithm is it's going to give salary more importance than age. We don't want that, so that's why we scaled our data. And I'm going to say from scikit-learn pre-processing import standard scaler and min max scaler like this. And I'm going to create a data frame quickly, like data frame is going to be pandas data frame. I will say height, and it's going to be 150, 160, 165, 70, 180. And I'm going to say weight, and it's going to be, let's say 50, 60, 60, 65, 70, and 80. And here I have this data frame. Now let's scale this data using standard scaler. For that, we are going to use scikit-learn scaler, and we will say scaler equals to standard scaler. And then we will say scaled is going to be equal to the scaler fit transform data frame. And now we have on scaled the scaled values. And fit transform calculates statistics and applies scaling. And output is a NumPy array with scaled values ready for machine learning models. And let's do an example with min-max scaler too. So I'm going to just make this run, and this is going to be our new data frame. And let's say scalar min-max scaler, and I will use scalar fit transform, and I will say data frame. So right now we can see the result. We have values 0 to 1. Now let's talk about transformations. Transformations help fix skewed distributions, reduce outliers, or make data behave more normally. And we have 2 common ones, which is the log transformations and square root transformations. And why it is useful? It stabilizes variance, helps linear models, and reduces effects of extreme values. And let's make an example. I will say import numpy as np, and let's create a data frame like pandas data frame income, and I will say 2000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, and 90,000. Now I'm going to say data frame log income, and it's going to be numpy log, and in the scale I will say data frame income. So when I call data frame, we are going to see these values become compressed. so differences between large numbers become smaller. And also, let's apply a square root transform to another data frame. Here it is. So we are going to say data frame and square root, and I will say numpy square root data frame x. So in this way we are going to have square roots in here. Okay, now our final topic is going to be creating new features for machine learning models. Feature creation means building new columns that give models more predictive power. For example, extracting month or weekday from dates, or combine columns such as price per unit, or create interaction features and ratios like income divided by age. And this is one of the most important parts of machine learning. And let's make an example. I'm going to create a data like price 100, 200 and 150, quantity 2, 3 and 4, and date like, let's say 2024 0101, 2024 0102, 2021 0103. So data frame will be pandas data frame data, and let's create a column like data frame total, and it's going to be like, let me quickly show you the data frame firstly, data frame total, and it's going to be data frame price times data frame quantity, like this. So we have the total column right now. Let's say data frame date, and let's say PD to date time data frame date, and then let's say data frame weekday, and then we can say data frame date time day name, like this. So we are going to have something like this. In here we create a new column total by multiplying price and quantity. We convert date to date time, and we extract weekday names from the date column. And let's create something like unit price. So we can say data frame unit price will be data frame price divided by data frame quantity. So we will have this unit prices at the end. Awesome. That was it for this part. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this part of the Pandas for Data Analytics course. I create the playlist for the parts of this course. You can reach that playlist from the cards of this video or from the comments section. Also, I'm sharing a new data science video every week on my channel. You can subscribe for more videos like this. Have a great day.